This is our fourth video for the Hobbit novel study questions. In this video, we're going to go over chapters 13 to 15. Chapter 13, Not at Home. Question number 1, explain the significance of the title of this chapter. So on the surface, it appears to mean that Smaug is not in his lair, but more broadly, it can mean that Thorin does not feel at home in his former palace. Question number 2. Why do the dwarves finally relent and make their way down the dark tunnel to Smaug's lair? They really have no other viable choice as their former exit has been blocked by the avalanche. Question number 3. What does Bilbo confiscate from the Mound of Treasure? Bilbo, who's now kind of become a burglar, decides to take the Arkenstone, the heart of the mountain, despite the fact that this particular gem was highly coveted by Thorin. Question number 4. How does Tolkien use the treasure to portray the dwarves in a negative light? Tolkien informs us that just a glimpse of the treasure is all that's required to awaken the greed within the dwarves. Question number 5. What does Thorin offer Baggins as a reward for his assistance? Thorin offers Baggins a small coat of mail constructed from mithril, a very strong and rich metal. Question number 6. In addition to the gems and gold, what else did the dwarves confiscate? The dwarves were smart enough to arm themselves with armor and grab a variety of weapons from the walls of the cavern. Question number 7. Why did Thorin offer to lead the group of adventurers to the front gate? Thorin was familiar with the palace and remembered every passage and turn from earlier days when the palace was inhabited by dwarves. Chapter 14, Fire and Water. How do the townspeople taking a stroll on the quays interpret the flickering light at the northern end of the lake? Many believe it is the king under the mountain forging for gold. Forging gold. Question number 2. Conduct your own research to discover what a bard was. So a bard is a poet or a singer of poetry. Question number 3. How do the townspeople react to the initial warnings from the bard? Initially, the townspeople were very critical of the bard. Question number 4. How does the bard save the day? The bard was a captain of the archers and saves the day by killing the dragon Smaug with his last black arrow. Question number 5. What important role does the thrush play in the demise of the dragon? The thrush lands on the bard's shoulder to inform him that the dragon has a vulnerable spot in the hollow of its left breast, which is exactly where the bard aims his arrow. Question number 6. Why does the master grind his chattering teeth? The master is upset when the townspeople are reacting to the bard's courageous feat and begin to yell, "King Bard, King Bard." Question number 7. How does the master redirect the crowd's anger? The master reminds the townspeople that it was the dwarves, not him, that aroused the dragon's anger. Question 8. What did the Elven King think had happened to Thorin and the dwarves when he received news of Smaug's death? When the Elven King received the news from his own messengers and the birds, he surmised that Thorin of Oakenshield was dead as well. Question 9. Who came to the bard's assistance, thus enabling the townspeople to survive the approaching winter? The Elven King was quick to respond to the bard's call for help. Chapter 15, The Gathering of the Clouds. Question number 1. Why would the presence of carrion birds suggest that a battle is imminent? Carrion birds feed on the dead and decaying flesh. Something there would be there for the birds to eat, and they were fearsome that a battle was sure to happen. Question number 2, who is Roak? Roak is the son of Karg, and is a famous raven. Unlike the crows, the ravens were trusted friends of the people of Thror. What news does Roak bring to the dwarves? He informed the dwarfs that Smaug had been slayed, and as a result, the people of Esgaroth, as well as a host of elves, were on their way to claim their share of the dragon's treasure. Question number 4. What course of action did Thorin choose after hearing the news? Thorin ordered his followers to fortify the front entrance, leaving only enough room to see and shoot. Question number 5. What does the bard justify his claim and also that of his men to Smaug's treasure? The bard informs Thorin that he is the heir of Girion of Dale, whose treasure was plundered by the dragon. The bard also plays on the dwarves' conscience by reminding them that the men of Esgaroth were quick to help the dwarves in their moment of distress, and that surely Thorin and the other dwarves could return the favor. And question number 6. What conditions did Thorin insist on before he could negotiate any terms of settlement with the bard? Thorin stated that he would not negotiate under the threat of force.